Welcome back to Coffee Talk. Grab your coffee. Join us for our talk today. If you're new to our channel, we're Keith and Terry. We talk all things retirement. Plus, we share our retirement adventures with you. So if that's something you'd be interested in, we'd appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
So today what we're going to talk about is a question that I've heard many times. Can you live without a paycheck?
That is one of the big fears
Yes.
of retirement because you get to thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not going to get a paycheck anymore. Can we make it? Can we survive? And so that's the number one thing is when you do retire and you're living without your regular normal paycheck, it's kind of fearful because you've lost that sense of security. So that's something to think about. But what we have found that even though you feel that fear, if you do your numbers like we talked about in another video and you know what your income will be, you know what your expenses will be, and it looks good, then don't be afraid to just take the plunge and retire because you can live on a lot less than you think. And the fear is, it's not unfounded. It's normal to have that fear, but feel that fear and do it anyway.
We had the same fear because we were losing 2 paychecks, and that's a lot of money. And it's normal to think that, man, that's, am I going to be able to live without whatever amount of money, in this case, what Terry made and what I made. And fortunately, we went ahead and we looked at everything and we said, I think we can. And boy, we were right. We are doing really good. We really enjoyed it.
And you don't have to have $1 million to retire. We don't have anywhere near that. But we're living a great retirement life. We're being able to do what we want to do. And we do not regret that decision.
Not at all.
Whatsoever. But that is something that you will think about as you get ready to retire. So after you retire, what it gives you is freedom. You have time then for your personal development. You're not tied to a 9-to-5 job that you have to go to. So it gives you time to do hobbies, to do whatever you have a passion for, to do all those things that you wanted to do, but you've never had the time. It gives you that freedom to do that.
And also it helps reduce stress and anxiety.
You don't realize when you're working a 9-to-5 what stress comes with that. I mean, honestly, you don't realize the stress you're under until you're not under it anymore. Keith and I both had a pretty high stress job at times. And when we weren't under it, it's like, oh my gosh, somebody took us out of the cage or whatever. It was such freedom. So you will have so much less anxiety. And where we live in southern Indiana this winter has been crazy weather. And so just getting up in the morning, drinking our coffee, watching the news, seeing the traffic jams and the snow and the ice, and we don't have to do that. Wow. There's just no words to describe.
Yes, we just sat there and I just could see myself driving through. Of course, we had so much rain, freezing rain and snow, and of course we had to pretty much be there no matter what at our jobs. And I'm thinking, I am so glad that we are not in that traffic.
And we say that just about every time we see these big traffic jams on TV. It's like, woo, we're so glad we're not there. You will just have so much less anxiety and stress once you retire. Another benefit once you retire is you have more time for relationships. We get to spend so much time with our grandchildren now that we're retired. If we were both working, we would miss out on, because they're both in school and we get to pick them up 3 days a week and have that time with them till their parents get home. And it's priceless. So you'll have so much more time to spend with your loved ones after you retire.
Making those wonderful memories.
Yes. Some of the fears that you face once you retire is that loss of financial security. Like when you knew that paycheck was coming in, I got paid every week, Keith got paid every 2 weeks. We knew it was going to be there. But then when you retire, you don't have that. And so there's that uncertainty of your
Financial
finances.
uncertainty.
And even though you've worked it out on paper and it looks good, it looks like my expenses are less than my income, real life sometimes doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Yeah, but we have found that just go ahead and make that decision, because you can live on less. You don't have your commute back and forth to work. You eat out less than you do because you don't eat lunches out and different things. I mean, you just spend less. So you can make it without those paychecks. A big thing when you retire, and it can be another fear, is you lose your benefits. I didn't have health insurance with my job, but I had it under Keith's job. And so when Keith retired and I retired, we decided to retire at the same time. I wasn't 65 yet. I was only 63. So I wasn't eligible for Medicare. So I had to find health insurance for 2 years. And so I went to the marketplace and I found an affordable plan. That is something to think about when you think about retiring and what that means. Is it a loss of benefits?
You lose your wages, of course, but then you lose whatever benefits that your company may have for you, and in my case, the spouse. Then another thing that you'll be thinking about that may come up is limited resources.
That's that fear of, will I have enough to pay my bills? And of course, nothing in life is guaranteed. We're not even guaranteed tomorrow. I mean, that's why we encourage people to retire as soon as you can, because life is so short. And the older we get, the more we realize how short life is. And it's just not worth it to spend your whole life working when you can retire and then enjoy the benefits of retirement. There's also something to think about, and that is social isolation. When we worked, we went to work, we saw people every day, we interacted with other people every day. And then when you retire and it's the two of us here in the house with our son, it's like we don't see people. So that's where we get involved with different groups and things. It gets us out of the house. It's the reason we started the YouTube channel. Is to get us up, get us out, get us doing things so that we can have that social interaction with other people that we all need.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we do our travels. Like Terri said, is that we get to see so many people. We're not at home on the couch just watching TV, isolated from everybody. We made a special effort to join a few groups so we get to see people and socialize with them. And then plus our travels, and here doing our coffee talk, we get to do the things that we want to do, and it's priceless.
And there's also the loss of your structure and your routine. Some people don't do well if they're not in a structured environment. And when you worked, you had a routine. You got up at a certain time, you did certain things, your day was organized and structured. That, again, is another reason why we decided to start the YouTube channel, because it gives us some structure. We put up 2 videos a week, and so that takes some effort on our part. It gets us out, it gets us about, and then the videos have to be edited and uploaded on YouTube. That's something that we do. It gives us a routine. It gives us a purpose. We do these coffee talks because we want to encourage people that are thinking about retirement. And we want you to know it is so worth it. We do not regret retiring one bit.
Not at all.
We kind of wish we could have done it sooner. I don't think we really could have, but we are just having the time of our life. So if you're out there and you're this close to the edge of retirement, just go ahead and take that leap. And it is a leap of faith. Everybody has that fear of, can I make it? Worst case scenario, if you can't, go get a part-time job. It's not the end of the world. At least you don't have the pressure of being under that 9 to 5 full-time job
Mhm.
like you did your whole entire adult life.
Yes.
So we highly recommend retirement.
Definitely. It's normal to have that fear, but trust us, if you're that close, believe me, you can do it. You can do it.
And can you live without a paycheck? Yes, you
Yes.
can. If there's something you would like for us to
Yeah.
talk about in a coffee talk, let us know in the comments. We'll see you next time on Retired and Loving It. If you'd like to see more of our videos, click the video that just popped up on your screen